Welcome to a guided meditation for work on declutter the mind. So let's start the practice by finding a comfortable seat, and you can practice this meditation right where you're planning to work today. So it can be on a computer chair or a seat in the room that you are in, or anywhere you can find some privacy at work. And just ensure that you're sitting with your back upright but comfortable and resting your hands in your lap. And let's start with our eyes open and taking in a few big, deep breaths, breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. And now, if you're doing this meditation in public, such as at your desk in an open office, you can keep your eyes opened for the practice. Just maintain a soft gaze looking down. Otherwise, you can close your eyes here. And allow the breath to return to a comfortable pace. And let's start by reflecting on the reality of our distraction-filled world. There's so many things out there competing for our attention. But we ultimately have it within us the ability to maintain control over our minds and our attention. So let's start there. Let's start by setting an intention for the practice. So in your mind, repeat the following. May I have a focused and energizing meditation session. And now let's turn our attention to the breath, remembering that most of us don't even notice that we are breathing all day long. We simply forget that we are breathing as we're so caught up in the day and thoughts that it just sits there in the background without us noticing. So let's bring our attention now to the breath and then notice the sensations around breathing. And you don't need to change the breath here. Just allow the body to breathe on its own and notice it. Watch the rising and falling sensations around the body with each inhale and exhale. And when you inhale, picture yourself breathing all the way down into your toes, as though the air just travels all the way down into each one of your toes on each in-breath. And notice as you do this, thoughts and feelings may arise and attempt to pull your attention away from the breath, just like distractions in the world that attempt to pull your attention while you are working. But we can notice distractions, just like we notice the breath. And when a distraction arises, we don't need to engage with it or follow it with more thinking. Simply allow the distraction to come and go through the mind, and then return your attention back to the breath. And now imagine that when you inhale, you are breathing all the way down into each fingertip. Imagine the feeling in your hands as the breath extends all the way into each fingertip. And again, if you find that the mind has become distracted or lost in thought, if it's planning or thinking about what you'll be doing after this practice, don't become frustrated or attach more thoughts to these thoughts. Simply notice it as a distraction and then allow the thought to just dissipate. And then return your attention back to the breath. And now I want you to bring your attention to how you are feeling right now. Just noticing how focused or unfocused you are in this moment. Without judgment, just be with whatever you notice here. When it's time to focus and work, all we need to do is calm the mind and ground our attention. The goal is to keep our mind with the task at hand and let it enter a flow state on its own. We just need to create the conditions to allow that to happen. And this also means creating the right conditions in our external world. This practice focused on our internal world, but outside we need to do things such as muting our phones, closing out other tabs, using tools that allow us to block social media and news sites, and create the conditions both internally and externally for a productive day at work. And now let's close out the practice by setting a few intentions for the rest of our day. In your mind, repeat, "May I have a focused and productive workday." May I be undistracted and concentrated. May I be committed to my work. May I focus effortlessly. And now open your eyes. You've just completed the practice. Thanks for sitting, and may you have a focused and productive day.